Hey guys, so welcome to the call. Tonight I'm just going to go over being intentional because that is just so super important in our health and fitness business. Because if we're not intentional, then we're just doing things out of habit and not actually building those relationships. And so, of course, that's what our business is all about, building relationships. So I just want to talk about that tonight. So first, I want to talk about going all in. I have this little quote that I wanted to share. It says, live like no one else does now so that later in life you can live like no one else does. So what do I mean by this is that most people go home after the end of their day and watch a bunch of Netflix. And we don't want to live life like that, okay? We want to live life with purpose and come home and do things that need to get done to move our lives forward rather than vegging out or just living a life of mediocrity. So there is a huge difference between being all in with your energy and activity versus being all in with your intention. What that means is when you're all in with your energy and activity, that means you're showing up every day. You're doing your personal development. You're doing your invites. You're doing all these things, working out, drinking Shakeology. But at the same time, you're not intentional about any of those things. So you're just doing them because you have to do them, and you're not doing that to build relationships, and you're not doing that to add value to people. So just thinking about being intentional with what you're doing every single day and with every part of your day. Okay, so next slide. It's easy to feel overwhelmed with all the things that you think you have to be doing. You're like, oh, I need to do this, and I need to talk to this person, and I need to do all these things on my to-do list. But calm down, okay? Because I know it can seem overwhelming. But if you figure out where your priorities are, then you won't feel so overwhelmed, okay? So for me, I kind of, used to have this long list of things that I needed to do every single day, and there was new tasks on it every day, but really I wasn't making any progress in one area because I was switching tasks every day, okay? So that's why we have a daily to-do list, checking in, recognition, inviting, being a product of the product, these things that we've given you that you need to be doing every day. Those are your priorities. And then of course you may have some other priorities on top of that, things that you are going to do every single day, regardless of the day. Okay. So think about what are your priorities right now, and stop doing all those activities that are getting you nowhere, like spending an hour making a graphic for a challenge group post, because that is not building your business. Okay. So figuring out what your priorities are is key. Just like a workout program, if you aren't doing the necessary daily actions, you're not going to see results. So like in a workout program, you can drink 3 gallons of water, but is that necessary? No, you don't need to focus your time on things like that. You need to focus your time on meal planning and eating the right things and when you're going to fit your workout into your schedule. So think about those necessary daily actions, just like a workout program. That's what you need to do in your fitness business. So results don't happen overnight. We all know that, just like health and fitness goals. They don't happen overnight. They're a product of consistency. So if you're like with your workout program, you work out for 3 days, you don't work out for 3 days and you eat pizza all day. They offset each other. Nothing happens. You're not moving forward. You're not moving backwards. You're just staying the same. And that's what we don't want to do in our business. Okay. So we want to be consistent. So that means every single day. If you take Sunday off, awesome, no problem. But you still want to do a little something on Sunday. Still check in and do your power hour, maybe take like 30 minutes, okay? So just depends on how much you want to work your business right now. Staying intentional with the right activities is what is going to bring you success. So staying intentional and consistent, okay? Next, I want to talk about some common frustrations, because in this business where you're here by yourself, basically. Well, I say by yourself, I mean for yourself. So we're all here as a team together, and I want you guys to utilize that as well, because sometimes we think we're all alone and no one's here to help us, but that's what our team is for. So please reach out if you need it. So there's going to be plenty of people who say no. In case you haven't realized this already, people are going to say no a lot more than they say yes. But I don't want you to get discouraged by that. Okay. Think about how many of the top coaches, how many times they have heard the word no. I'm not ready. No thanks. This isn't for me. It's too expensive. They have heard those responses more times than they can count. I've heard them more times than I can count. Okay. You hear no a lot. But if you don't keep building relationships with people, then you're not going to get any yeses, you know? So you can't be defeated because 5 people told you no, because 5 people are going to tell you no like every day. And so hearing no is something that you're going to have to get used to, and not take to heart and not get your feelings hurt by it, because it just, you can't get your feelings hurt by it, and you can't be attached to that no. So most of the time anyways, no means not right now. I've had tons of people who have reached out to me, asked me, I given them all the details, I told them the price, they were ready, and then they didn't order, and then I didn't hear from them for like a year. And they came back and they said, I'm ready now. I'm sorry, this and this happened. And, I just wasn't financially ready. So, but I'm ready now. And so those people will come back to you. So don't get discouraged by a no. Think of that as you planted a seed, and they're going to come back later when they're ready for it. Because think about how long it took you to say yes to a program or to becoming a coach. It could take that person just as long. So don't get down on yourself over those no's. You cannot lead people who do not want to be led. So you have to work with the willing. So in your challenge groups and in inviting people, and as you start to gain coaches on your team, when people aren't motivated to do things, the sad thing is you can't motivate them to do them. All you can do is be there to inspire the people who are motivated. Because I can tell you guys a million times, add 10 friends a day, do your power hour, do this, do that. But until you are motivated to do that on your own, all I can do is sit back and wait. And it's hard for me as a coach, and you'll see it's hard for you as a coach as well, but you will get there. And hopefully you will find plenty of people who are willing and ready, and not just say they're ready and then not commit, because I know it's hard. So if you're not producing your own results, chances are people aren't going to want to join you. I'm sorry if that is harsh, but I've had that in my own career, and I just want you guys to know that. Okay, so I was like losing a bunch of weight, and everyone was like, yeah, I want to join you. What's up, Riley? Like, what are you doing? And then I started gaining weight, and I was emotional eating, and my business went because I wasn't getting results myself. So why would someone want to join me whenever I'm over here gaining weight? Okay, so you have to think about your ideal client, what they see when they look at your social media. Is that going to be attractive? Are they going to want to join you from what they see that you're doing and how you're progressing? So that's just something to think about. Some more on social media. We need to have intention with our social media posts. So sometimes there's like, you're asking a question, or you're sharing something funny, or you're sharing a picture of your pets because they're adorable. Those things are okay, but we want to add value, and we want to be intentional, and we don't just want to throw something up on social media. And on our team page, that's why I have created the cover photo right now as ideas to post, so that you can be posting 3 to 5 times a day, being intentional with those and adding value to your followers. So I want to talk about pain points. So whatever you struggled with before you started Beachbody, those are pain points for you, okay? So those are going to be pain points for the people that you want to work with, because you want to work with people who are like you, right? So talking about that on social media and kind of bringing up it sounds kind of bad, but like thinking about what causes other people to like become emotional and emotionally connect with you, that's how we're going to get across to people on social media. So I like to put that pain point right in the top of my post, like the first sentence. So people will say, oh, she struggled with this, or she is struggling with this. And then they'll read the rest of my post and they'll relate to me, and then we will get to work together. So talking about those pain points is super key in social media posting, and it's something that I just started doing more recently, but it's really allowing me to just attract people who are more like me. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so what if, I just want to play a little game here. Think about how many times you have quit things in the past, okay? Quitting is easy, guys. Quitting is really easy, and going forward can be really hard. So I want you to think about the last time that you quit something, and do you regret that now? Do you wonder what would have happened if I kept going with that opportunity? So after you think about that, I want you to think about, what if you give this Beachbody coaching opportunity everything that you've got? I mean, honestly, you have nothing to lose, because you're going to gain your health. You're going to gain, a nice body. You're going to gain all this personal development and confidence in yourself. You're going to gain that better mindset. You're going to gain friends. There's just so many things that you're going to gain from this opportunity. And so I just want you to think about, if you stick around and you actually give this Beachbody thing a try and keep working it, what is your life going to look like in 20 years? Are you going to be able to work solely from home? Are you and your spouse going to be able to work solely from home? Are you going to get to travel a lot? I know that's a big thing for me. Okay, so think about what your life could look like in 20 years if you continue with this opportunity. And then I want you to think what your life would look like in 20 years if you gave up on this opportunity. Are you going to still be struggling to make ends meet? Are you going to be working 9 to 5 at a desk job for someone else's dreams instead of your own? So I just want you to kind of take a minute and think about those things, what your life would look like if you pursued this opportunity or if you gave it up, and how those things would be so different. The last little bit I want to talk about right here is your fears, because our fears hold us back, guys. There's no doubt about that. Our fears hold us back. And so I just kind of want to tell you guys, whatever your fears are, I want you to crash through them like now. I've had so many fears of inviting, fears of leading a team, fears of helping people reach their fitness goals whenever I was eating frozen pizza every day. So I've had so many fears, but you know what I did? I just did it. I didn't want to post this thing on social media, but I just did it. And the response that you get after crushing those fears is so amazing. Don't think that people are going to judge you, because they're not. They're going to be proud of you. And let me just tell you, it feels really good to push out of your comfort zone, past those fears, and into the unknown, which then becomes the known, because you get used to it and you get past those fears and you grow as a person. So whatever your fears are right now, I want you to think of one in your mind right now. And then this week, in the next 7 days, I want you to blow past that fear and just do it. And I want you to share that in the team page, whatever your fear is and how you overcame that. Final thoughts. This is something I heard on the call the other day. We all have the same level of potential, but we have different awareness of our potential. That's what sets apart the successful and the unsuccessful. So we all have the same potential, but Sally is over here like, I can't do that. I can't become a 15-star diamond coach. And I'm over here like, I can do that. I have the potential to do that. All these other coaches did it. So that means I can do it too. So the difference between the two of us is that I'm aware of the potential and developing that belief in myself. So how do we combat that negative mindset? Personal development, audio, books, YouTube, whatever. You need to be doing personal development. I did not take personal development seriously for like the first 2 years of my business. Oops. And everyone told me to, and I still didn't. But now that I have, my business has radically changed. My mindset has radically changed. My personality, everything about me has changed so much. So please, 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 if you get nothing else from this call, go do your personal development every single day. And don't take that for granted. Do it. So remember to be intentional with those daily habits. All right. Not just going through the motions, being intentional with them. And one more point that I wanted to make. I know you feel overwhelmed sometimes, but when you feel overwhelmed, what that really means is we don't know where our priorities are. We're trying to get too many things done. And as a result, we're doing everything in a mediocre way. We're not doing anything a successful person would do. We're just bouncing back and forth from task to task and doing none of it well. So I have a couple questions for you guys. I want you to think about them. You can post your answers to these in the team page if you want. I would love for you to do that, or send me a message, and I can share mine with you as well. So what is your biggest goal you have for the rest of this year in 2016? I know that's only 3 months, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't have goals, even though there's only 3 months left in the year. So what are the 2 to 3 things that you need to focus on most to make that goal happen? So does that mean you need to wake up a little earlier? Does that mean you need to work on your healthy eating better? Does that mean you need to reach out to more people every day? I don't know what your big goal is, but what are the 2 to 3 things that you need to focus on the most to make that happen in the next 3 months by December 31st at midnight? And what are the things you need to avoid the most? What distracts you? For me, can be Netflix, can be my dogs, can be my phone, Facebook scroll. So these are the things that you need to avoid so you don't waste your time and you can reach those goals by the end of the year. Question number 4. Where will your 2 to 3 activities fit into your schedule? So I want you to actually physically write down where these activities are going to fit into your schedule so that you will do them. And number 5, who will you be accountable to? Will it be a success partner? Will it be the team? Will it be me? Let me know. All right. So like I said, you guys can, sorry, I was going to hop back over here instead of the slides. You guys can let me know your answers to these questions. I would love for you to send me a message, or if you just want to post it on the team page, that would be great too, so we can all motivate each other. Thanks for taking a little watch on this call, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.